What is going on, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Ryan Meyer's Expeditions. Today we are going lobstering at night.
This footage was filmed on April 28th and 29th. Lobster season in Hawaii is from September 1st to April 30th, or better to remember, all months that have an R. Sometimes it can take us several weeks to get these videos out, but don't worry, no lobsters were taken after the season closed.
This is gonna be sick. We'll see you in the water. So right when we got in the water, we kind of bumped into this moo here. And as you can see, this is kind of a typical beginner mistake with a three-prong of just getting too close to your prey. You know, those three prongs need a little bit of room to kind of get up momentum and then have enough force to penetrate what you're shooting, but this was an awesome move. Our first dive was out deep and I didn't see a lot of lobster at all. This was actually the first one that I came across, and as soon as I grabbed it, I could see it had eggs, unfortunately, and like I said, this was only a couple days before the season closed, and this is why that season is closing, because the lobsters are going into breeding season and need to be left alone. I released this one unharmed, and he could go out and keep laying eggs and doing his thing. One of my goals for the night here was to hunt for these 7-Eleven crabs. Now, I knew they were out here, and what I kind of figured out throughout the night was they were on top of the reef, up shallow. So I really went out of my way to hunt these things down. I really wanted to try them. I'd never eaten them before, I've seen them, I've caught a few, and they resemble so much like our stone crabs back in Florida. You can see they're just giant claws, they're really cool, and I could kind of stumble across them up in these little cracks and just walking up along on the top of the reef. I was definitely being careful to go out of my way to make sure that I did not get pinched by one of these things. You know, that definitely would not feel good. Most of these crabs usually have kind of a limited mobility of their claws, and if you can get them properly from the back, you shouldn't have any problems getting pinched. This one did not want to come out of his crack, and honestly, he almost escaped. I had him a couple different times, and he wasn't happening, it wasn't coming out. And even right here, I dropped him back on the rocks again. This is that same crab, and almost lost him, but was pretty stoked to eventually grab him and get him in the bag. So these slipper lobster were another thing that I was really looking for out here tonight. They're not that quick, they're pretty easy to grab, and usually they're kind of like on the flat surface of a rock. And I grabbed this one here, and this was actually like my first Hawaiian slipper lobster. So I was pretty stoked to take this guy home and eat him. I bumped into this lobster here. Again, he was just sitting there in the reef, and I was able to come up and kind of see that he had eggs, and I was able to not molest him and leave him alone. So just before heading back in, I bumped into this one last slipper lobster, and I was really shallow. You can see I'm only in like 2-3 feet of water there, and we discovered the mother lode. I mean, lobsters were everywhere. I had this little one, and I was on my way over to put him in the bag, and then I could kind of hear Justin yelling, and I saw that he caught an absolute monster. This giant thing right here would actually be our first legal lobster of the night, so that was pretty sick. So once Justin got that one in the bag, we kind of found lobsters everywhere. They were big ones, small ones, little ones, all in like that 2 to 3 feet of water. It was really, really cool. Unfortunately, there were sea urchins everywhere. We call them vana out here, and I was really trying to avoid getting stung by them. You can see there, as soon as I grab a lobster, I usually look at the tail first, and I can see real quick whether it's a male or a female. You can see all these lobsters right up there in the shallows. This one was protected by this giant vana piece of sea urchin. I got over it, which was probably a little risky, and unfortunately, it was a female. So we hunted this little zone for a while. I think I was the only one actually in there trying to get them because everybody else was kind of worried about the vana. You can see another female there. And over and over and over, this would kind of be the thing, you know, I'd go in there, I'd get one out, and it would be a female, or it would have eggs. So it was pretty tough. We had that one giant one though, and that was pretty sick.
Woo! Check it out. Ah! Get away! So they got one pincher that's medium sized and one that's really large. And the medium sized one is the slow one, and the big pincher is the crusher. Slip. And are these as big as this species gets? They get a little bigger than that,
but not by much, bigger, right? And these are different species than the ones that get like real big.
Yeah, those are totally different species.
This is a Hawaiian.
Yeah.
So we had an awesome night dive last night. We got all kinds of different crustaceans here in Hawaii that come out at night. And this morning I was like, Sam, we gotta cook these. And I kind of pulled them all out and I was checking them out and seeing what's going on. And I was like, these slipper lobsters are still alive. And then I looked to my left and I saw my saltwater tank and I was like, I wonder if I could just plop them in here. Check this out, guys. They are cruising. They're just kind of like happy as a little couple of slipper lobsters. I just found out Sam has named them Salt and Pepper, and we don't know what to do now.
I don't want to eat them. I love them.
What do you guys think? Is it totally insane to now eat our pets that we've named? Does it matter that they only spent like 45 minutes in my tank? Guys, if you would ever eat something that you had as a temporary pet, let us know down below. Last night I was really looking for these 7-Eleven crabs. I mean, I've caught them a couple times before in the past, but they never seem to end up in my bag when I go home. So I've never actually eaten these before. So Sam, when I brought them home, was like, that looks like a stone crab, which is our favorite food in the world. We've actually got a stone crab video. You can watch that up here.
All right, guys, well, Ryan and I tried to decide whether or not we're gonna eat salt and pepper. I'm gonna show you how to make the mustard sauce. First things first, you need 1 cup of mayo, 1 tablespoon of mustard powder, 2 teaspoons of Worcestershire sauce, 1 teaspoon of steak sauce. Okay, we're gonna mix that up until it is nice and creamy and the consistency we want. We're gonna taste it, add salt to it, and possibly some light cream or half and half. I'm so sad, it tastes awful. Like awful. Okay, I'm gonna go with the half and half situation. So it's supposed to be 2 tablespoons. We'll start with 1. Okay. It tastes like
I've never been a fan of mustard sauce on my crabs.
I'm so annoyed. I'm going to the store. We need more mayo. I'm determined to make it taste right. I don't know. Stay tuned. I have my mask. I'll be right back.
And
Success. Let's try this again. Okay, 1 cup of mayo. And since I actually read the recipe this time, turns out you're supposed to whisk the mayo for like a minute. Woo, 1 minute. Oh, my arm hurts. 1 tablespoon of mustard. I don't know. Definitely better than the last one. I don't know what's going on. I feel like it's this. But like, this tastes like medicine.
we are going to cook the food
I'm gonna try
now.
one more.
What? What?
I'm gonna try one more.
What do you mean?
Well, one more. That's way, way better. Okay, so here's what I did differently. I didn't add the A1 sauce when I used stone ground mustard.
Well, I'm starving, so I'm gonna cook these animals, and you're gonna put that in the fridge?
Yep, these need to go in the fridge covered.
So all I'm gonna do is kind of layer these, a little bit of water, and we're gonna see what happens. Cruising, nice lobster tail in there. Pop the top on here, and then the part that Sam is not gonna be thrilled about.
No!
My buddies in the pot. That's a seafood feast right there. I'm stoked. Alrighty guys, I'm gonna call these done.
You know how like some people make cheese boards? We make crab boards.
Well, alrighty guys, I'm gonna chop these up, make them a little bit easier to eat. All right, so like we do with stone crabs at home, we're basically just a spoon and we're gonna whack them. Look at that. All right, guys, so I pulled the meat out of the tails. There's that spiny lobster tail. These are the slipper lobsters. And these are the claws from those giant 7-Eleven crabs. I take one of these guys, dunk it in my butter, see how it is. Stone crab. Definitely tastes just like a stone crab. Guys, that's pretty awesome.
Really similar flavor to stone crab. I don't know if I would want to eat these like every day like I do with stone crabs, but they're pretty good. This is slipper lobster. Oh, that I like. I really like that.
That's the best. That slipper lobster is incredible. All right, you ready for the regular lobster?
I'm dipping in my delicious mustard sauce. It's really good. I'm impressed with how it finally came out. That's really good too. Like really, really good.
Tastes like a lobster. Gonna try back to back with the slipper. The slipper's way better. Guys, every slipper dies.
Don't bring them home and put them in my tank next time.
Can't beat the slipper.
It has way more flavor.
Way better. Will we be killing any more 7-Eleven crabs?
I don't think so. I don't know if we're missing something when it comes to cooking it. If you know something we don't know, let us know in the comments.
So consensus is?
Okay, so the consensus is that we will definitely keep eating the spiny lobsters, and we definitely love those slipper lobsters.
The slipper lobsters were pretty unbelievable. Very easy to clean, very easy to eat. They're all gonna die from now on. I guess for the next, I don't know, 48 hours, guys. Lobster season ends here on the 1st. I'm actually going lobstering right now. So I got a full belly full of lobster. I'm gonna go back out there, see if I can't grab a few right before season ends. Thank you guys so much for watching. As always, let us know what you think down in the comments below. Smash that like button and subscribe if you're not already because we have so much more coming for you.